So I'm standing here at the head of what used to be the old Power Canal for Roosevelt Lake, Roosevelt Dam. As you can see, the stack of one gate is intact mostly, although it's been rusted solid. The other one didn't fare so well. It's got a boulder on top of it, a tree growing out in front of it. Now it looks to me as though the gates themselves are buried under that silt. So we can't actually access the Power Canal at this point. However, the remnants are still clearly visible, as is the control house. And if we walk down a little bit further, the diversion dam, which is still in use for diverting irrigation water on the north side. Even though this was redone in the 1980s, early 80s, to go from a weir to a step weir, which is why you see the white water over here. It was no longer needed after the rehabilitation of Roosevelt Dam in 1995, which changed the method of water intake from canal to the usual sort of system we see taking water in from the bottom of the dam. So, bits of history here. I love history. It's kind of hard to get to. You have to know where you are. This is off of a HC Wash on the opposite side of the diversion dam recreation point on the north bank. The trail to these is basically straight uphill and straight downhill, and probably backsliding on your way down. So you need to be careful if you visit, but if you're up for it, I highly encourage it. In a way, it's a shame to see these things are not in use anymore. One of the interesting things about doing water this way, by pulling it through a canal over to the dam, it meant that power generation was no longer dependent on the lake level. Now, in order to do hydroelectric power, we want a lake to be as full as possible because that generates a maximum amount of pressure on the intake. This way, as long as there is sufficient flow to fill the penstock and within the Salt River, which was most of the year, there is no problem generating power regardless of what the level of the lake is. And since the level of the lake is dependent upon, at that time, originally, demand for irrigation water downstream, which was the lake's primary purpose, it meant that they could do power generation year-round regardless of what demands the farmers were placing on the reservoir. So, anyway, just a nice bit of history that is slowly disappearing. It's amazing that after just really 25 years, there's not much left of the Power Canal that you can find. Most of it is silted in. If you're careful, you can trace it on the satellite view, but it's easy to lose it at several points. Anyway, that's my bit of history for today. Hope you enjoyed it.